Hello everyone, welcome back to Wyatt. We're talking about The Rise of Skywalker today, which has been highly requested, and I don't know if you remember, but at the beginning of this year, we did a very long Episode 9 predictions video.
Right. We did.
Many offices ago. And now that we've seen the trailers, now that the movie's coming out about a month away, do you think we know much of what's going to happen, or do you think it's kind of anything at this point?
I think... I don't... You know, the first... Yeah, I'm split.
Okay.
I'm not sure the trailer doesn't show much.
It doesn't really. I mean, we know there's going to be biggest space battle of all time because there's like millions of Star Destroyers and shots of like millions of rebel ships behind the Falcon. But my only question is, who are all these people? Given Last Jedi ended with about 12 on the Falcon, and now there's just giant heaps of armies everywhere.
My theory is they're already dead. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, they're already dead? What do you mean?
Because they're not in the present, they're in the past.
They're in the past, okay. So we're going with the time travel theory, which has been tossed around because we have the old-fashioned radar dish on the Millennium Falcon. How did that come back? Rey has the old lightsaber again.
Yep.
How did she get that? Even though it split up. So, do you genuinely believe the time travel theory now? That they're going backwards in time?
No,
but I mean,
it'd be cool if they did.
It's the only way you could explain.
Cool, I mean, stupid, but
it'd be very stupid. But at the same time, it's the only way you could explain where all these people came from.
Yes, it's so stupid it's gonna work.
Yeah. I mean, Episode 7, they kind of destroyed the Republic, right?
Episode 8.
Well, no, the first Star Killer.
Okay, yes.
We wiped out all these planets that were right next to each other.
The Rebel base, yes.
And all the Coruscant-looking planets and stuff. Those were all destroyed. And then there was like one ship left at the end of Episode 8.
No, it was the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, just
the Millennium Falcon.
With a couple of pilots.
Yes.
And then Leia says, "We have all we need." And then cut to the trailers, and there's just hundreds of millions of spaceships.
There's quite a few more than 12.
They have an infinite army, which makes it harder and harder as these movies progress to take seriously. Because it's like, well, you could die, but in the next movie you would have a million more ships to back you up.
It doesn't matter. It's like, oh, we found more.
There was actually a whole nother republic that wasn't involved, but we had to ask for help. Here's my issue with the time travel thing, though. Like, what would going back in time help with? You go back in time and say, hey, everyone, we need you to fight in the future, so come with us, and we'll fight the First Order, and you'll probably all die. And we can't bring you back.
Yes, but we need your help for the greater good to stop the Empire that you're currently fighting.
As much as I think it's stupid and hilarious that they would go the direct Endgame clone because that financially did well, I still think there won't be time travel in this. And I personally think it's going to be awkward retconning within the story of just, she's going to look at the rubble from the last movie and be like, oh, here's the two pieces of the lightsaber. And, seal them back, or
she'll pick it up with the Force.
Because Rey can do all, so she's gonna seal it back. And when it comes to the radar dish, I bet that's completely unmentioned.
It'll probably just be, we found the original schematics of the Millennium Falcon, and we just
there's gonna be a throwaway line.
It's like, don't worry about it.
Lando Calrissian's in this one.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna say, I made some alterations to the ship.
No, he'll probably say, I put it back the way I like it.
I put it the way I originally like it. Why didn't they put the front thing from Solo?
It was the escape pod, right?
The escape pod. They could have put that on. Whatever. The point is, it looks the way it does in the originals, and in Episode 7, they paid attention to detail.
It'll probably
with the square.
Be a different Millennium Falcon. It'll probably be like Lando says, I had another one in the back.
They make these all the time.
Yeah.
It's actually, wouldn't that be a really
these are
depressing
extremely
Star Wars?
common.
It's like it's the Toyota Camry of the space.
It's just a Honda Civic.
Vehicles.
It's just a plain Jane 2003 Honda Civic.
That would actually explain a lot as to why they just happened to find it in Force Awakens. Although Han remembers it.
Yes.
So it also happened to be the exact same Toyota Camry.
I think it was more convenient that they left it.
Plot convenience.
They left it on.
Well, I'm predicting more plot convenience. And how do you feel about Emperor coming back?
I like it a lot. He was.
I don't think it makes much sense, but I'm excited to see the character.
Oh yes.
So it's like this shouldn't happen, but if you're gonna,
This was purely okay. People didn't like Snoke. You know who they did like? Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
JJ's like, okay,
yeah,
fine.
I think more so what it was JJ wanted to continue Snoke, maybe to turn him into Lord Plagueis or something.
Oh yeah.
But then Rian Johnson had to go cut him in half, and JJ was like, "What do I do now?" Because Kylo Ren can't be the main villain.
No,
he's already.
He's on the fence already. Yeah.
He's on the fence about being good and bad. So if he was the main antagonist, and we know there's going to be a big lightsaber duel, that's the other depressing thing too. Is like there's no way Rey can lose in this movie because she's the protagonist, which means for this trilogy to be complete, she has to be the victor.
Yes,
she has to. Oh, and I
might as well call this movie "The Good Guys Win."
The Good Guys Win. I bet. That would be a really impressive move, though, screenplay-wise, if JJ just and the Rebels lost.
Yes, they just get wiped out.
There's all this hype of 9 films.
Yeah, no, this is what's Zack Snyder's
Zack
Dawn of
Snyder.
the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, it just ends on a terrible note.
Right.
Oh,
geez. That
would be an interesting.
Because I don't really like what they've done with the main trilogy so far, I'd almost applaud that. As much as I say that as a joke, I honestly think if JJ was like, the Empire wins. It's like, Kylo Ren stays evil.
There's just way too many of them. Like statistically and probability-wise, there's no way the Rebels can win.
You know that can't happen.
I know.
But that's why I would support it so much, because I'd be like, no one saw that coming.
The Force is very biased.
Yes.
In my opinion.
The dark side is much stronger. That's the lesson at the end. Give in to hate.
Yes.
That's the lesson.
Radius goes, okay, I'll join you.
Just joins Kylo Ren. Did you see the shot in the trailer where they're like slashing
they're
something
fight together? Yeah, they destroy a statue.
Something.
Something.
What do you think that is?
My original thought was it was something of Darth Vader.
Oh.
It was a Darth Vader or something.
Okay, so like destroy the past.
Because it had like the helmet.
It kind of looked like Empire-esque statue or something.
I don't know. It could have been.
For all we know, it could have been actually Darth Vader.
They
go back in time.
Or Sidious. Maybe.
Or Sidious in rock form.
Yes,
he kind of
stone formation. Yes.
He kind of dies like Terminator. He like falls down and then cracks. All the little things liquefy.
Oh yes.
You remember that scene? Yeah.
Well, I was thinking Terminator 2.
Or that Vader goes into love.
I hate you. He goes, Narger.
No, more lava. Yeah, I mean, I personally as hilarious it would be if they did time travel. I still don't think it's going to happen. I think it's just going to be plot convenience that they discover some giant galaxy full of perfectly ready, civilized military that's willing to lay down their life for these people they barely know.
And they're already prepared, and they'll have their ships and their pilots and their guns and everything.
That's what they alluded to in the trailer of, if we find people, they will fight.
Right?
It's like, will they?
Will they? Because that's already happened. You already asked once, and everyone went.
No. I think we're good. Yeah, you'd have... And what do you think all these lined up Star Destroyers are? Do they hit the New Order has a giant...
I think those are force projections via Palpatine. That's what I think.
Force projections via Palpatine, because that's a thing now.
Because that's what Luke did. He projected himself. I think Palpatine, he's grown in strength so much after being at the bottom of something.
He was basically in he was Endor's Mariana Trench.
Yes, he was storing power, and he says, "I've grown."
He was supercharging his force,
more powerful than you can ever imagine, and then Rey's gonna go, "No," and then then will him out of existence or
So
something.
one thing we definitely have to bring up is the dual blade galaxy fold looking lightsaber.
Yeah, that was weird.
I am 95% convinced that is a hologram.
Yeah,
that is
no,
way that's
it's
real.
no. This is it's that was Palpatine,
Mm-hmm.
like saying, "This is what your future
Right.
is."
It's exactly that scene with Luke in Empire where he goes into the cave and sees himself under Vader. That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I bet
that's what it is.
I wouldn't be shocked if there's a scene before that where it's Kylo Ren coming after her, and then he takes off the helmet and it's her underneath, because that's exactly what happened in Empire. So they got to do it again.
Maybe.
But yeah, no way that's real.
No.
If it is real, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, if that was real, I would be like, hey.
That supports our incredibly unlikely the Empire just wins theory.
Yeah, they just win.
And Rey falls to the dark side. Kylo Ren agrees and defeat the rebels.
No, they switch sides. Oh,
there
that would be so
you go.
stupid. That would be so stupid. They switch sides.
Kylo Ren starts fighting
Like
with the rebels.
Palpatine goes, "Oh, she's way more powerful than you. I'm gonna take her. Get the heck out of here, dude."
Or mind control.
Yeah,
there you go. So then they have to fight, but on opposite ends.
Yeah.
So Kylo has to fight with the blue lightsaber now. That's what it is.
That's probably.
We have this all figured out, JJ.
We're inside your mind, JJ.
We're inside everybody's mind. I also love the fact that in the trailer they keep saying the saga ends. This has happened twice now.
That's not true.
They said that for Return of the Jedi.
They said episode 6. They said it in episode...
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
they were like, the saga's complete. And here they are, 3 episodes later. Now it's over. Now we're done. Until you run out of revenue from the other movies.
Yeah,
and then you're going to keep doing...
Until the Avengers movie runs out. Yeah.
And then the episode 10 comes along. We
like,
have to continue.
Do one more.
Do you think that's going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
They'll do an episode 10 later?
Oh, yeah.
It's a matter of months. It's just a few months later. They're like,
it's like,
okay.
Okay, we spent all the money.
Yeah.
Now what?
We can't do spin-off stories anymore unless it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's probably what they'll be. They'll probably be
Disney Plus exclusive.
Disney Plus exclusive.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, I'm still going to watch it. That's the sad thing. But I'm not looking for good cinema anymore. I'm literally just like, I want to understand the memes. I want to have context for reviews going into it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like watching a giant car crash on YouTube. You know, you kind of want to see what happens.
It's like watching a very slippery road. And then cars just keep going.
Like the Black Ice videos.
Like,
they keep piling up.
Like they just can't stop it,
right.
And they keep running into each other.
And you know, it's sad, but it's interesting. You're watching it, you're like,
oh,
that hurts. So that's how I'm gonna see this. I imagine because Carrie's gone, but Leia's still in it, and they brought back Lando. Lando will probably die because they have to kill off every original. And do you think Mark Hamill's definitely in this?
Yeah, well, his voice is in it. So.
Yeah,
he will probably be a Force ghost.
We're talking 95% Force ghost, 5% chance he just wields himself back to life.
Yeah,
and he's just not dead.
You just see his robe just.
Yeah,
it reinflates.
End of Last Jedi where he dissolves. I mean, he dissolved when fighting Kylo, so maybe that was a projection.
Projection.
There's 16 walls, you know, break all the walls.
Right.
A projection of a projection. So if JJ wants him to, he could totally still be alive.
Oh yeah.
And he could show up anywhere at any time.
Or my original plan was just Finn waking up in the hospital after being cut by Kylo. That was awful.
That was awful. Yeah. And so The Last Jedi was a giant nightmare.
Yes.
And then they start over.
Yes.
They're like, okay, guys, this is actually episode 8.
You see Finn walk in the escape pod bay. You see Rose. He just goes.
Just walks off.
Just goes.
That's right. Rose is going to be in this.
The Return of Rose.
I hope JJ keeps her involvement on the low side.
Yes, I hope she's in there very briefly.
I mean, Kylo Ren's character is probably the best part of the new trilogy.
He was my favorite part about episode 8.
Yeah.
By far.
And 7, personally. Like, I thought he was just the most interesting character out of this new series, so I hope they can just stay on that for the most part, you know. Make the movie 80% just Kylo and Rey.
Yeah.
And Palpatine.
Yes.
Let him in. Let him laugh. Let him electrocute someone. That would be cool. I'm excited to see that it's the same actor back.
Yeah.
After all these years.
To be honest, I thought he wasn't alive. I thought he was dead.
You thought? I mean, he's looked so old for so long, but he's still kicking. He's still holding up.
Because he was probably the best part about episode 3. He's the only guy who looked like he gave a crap.
And he probably will be the best part of episode 9.
You know, that'd be cool if he was.
He's gonna steal the show. I mean, what they don't get about Star Wars fans, they do make up for with, people love Palpy.
Yes.
You're gonna bring him back. You're gonna get butts in seats.
People like a good villain over a bad protagonist.
Specifically, they like a villain they know.
Yes.
They like a villain they've seen before and they understand. Not one that is mysterious and then mysteriously dies.
Yes.
You know, it's okay to be mysterious, but if you don't elaborate on who he was, then
mysterious is Phasma at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess we'll never know.
Phasma's gonna be back in this one.
Yeah.
She dies twice in the trilogy, and she's still alive.
And JJ's like, I had something planned for her too. Gosh darn it!
You could write her safe and be like, she was actually like, there's clones of her.
Well, I was going to say she fell into space, but her helmet is designed for.
Well, didn't she fall into like a giant fiery explosion?
It was fire. She went through the fire.
But she was also on Starkiller Base, which exploded. And they threw in her trash compactor in episode 7.
Yeah, and she
walked away
and she just
unscathed.
Turn off the trash compactor, and then they went.
Why didn't they do that? What do they think the general didn't have a way to communicate?
Just behind the scenes, be like, fine, put me in the trash compactor, see what happens.
Throws in.
They leave. She goes, turn off the trash compactor. She's like standing right here. It goes, it goes that far.
The troopers have walkie-talkies, you know.
Yeah.
They have, or why don't the trash compactors have like fail-safe switches on the inside? Little key.
If it can detect, somebody.
I mean, if it's just for trash, nothing should be able to twist a little safe lock or something.
Right.
I don't know. It's Star Wars. You can't ask these kinds of questions. But Palpatine is the main reason. I'm excited. Mm-hmm. In regards to Rey, I'm sure she's going to fight, win.
Yeah.
No doubt. And then she's the most powerful Jedi.
Yeah.
Cool. And
she'll probably exile herself on an island. Like Luke.
There you go. We can just loop this again.
Yep.
That's also what's going to happen.
And that stupid kid with the broom will show up with
he gets his own Disney Plus
with her stick from episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll go.
Throw that out.
Yeah.
So I can't say I'm pumped for this.
No,
but I'm sporadically. Intrigued.
I am. All right, let's watch this. It's not a let's get this over with.
There's a lot writing on this.
All right, here we go.
This could be the last Star Wars in cinema for a long time. After the flop of Solo, they're probably going to be a lot more hesitant to what movies. I mean, we know Mandalorian's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The Obi-Wan show's on Disney Plus. For the foreseeable future,
they're probably just hedging their bets. Be like, all right, well, if this doesn't go well here, we'll just keep it over there.
They're like, we overdid it.
Yes. We
overdid it a little bit, oversaturated the market, so we're going to pull back now and just...
Let's not reshoot 98% of the Rise of Skywalker. How about that?
And probably not do Star Wars movies annually anymore. No. Probably because of the...
How about just pump one out whenever, the need arises? How about that? Or how about whenever you're done with it?
Right. Why would you say only if you have a good story, not just,
It's not think of ideas. Think of ideas. It's okay. Let's think of an idea.
You can dump all your numerous ideas on Disney Plus, but if you have one really special, okay, that gets a theatrical release. But yeah, outside of that, I think it's gonna make or break future Star Wars films, because if Episode 9 financially doesn't do that great, Disney's gonna hesitate to ever do a theatrical release.
I don't think it'll do very well because
really?
Of Solo. Because of the Last Jedi.
Last Jedi didn't do well. I mean, I think this is one of the first...
It did well, but it didn't do as well as...
Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
It did about half as well as Force Awakens.
But
a little bit
still
better.
made $1 billion. But...
A little over $1 billion, but that's coming from Episode 7, which made over $2 billion. and then Solo making under 400. So
Yes.
they're like,
Solo losing money.
yeah, they're nervous for sure. So if this one,
And I'm thinking I'm thinking some people are already, I'm not going to watch it.
I think this is the first Star Wars in a long time I'm not going to go to the Thursday night.
Really?
I think
You're not going to go to opening day.
I don't think so. I think I'll go like the following day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'll go in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'll go. When hype has died down.
Yeah, or
when
something
there's not
like
a lot
that.
of people feeling all right.
Yeah.
I guess I'll watch it today.
Yeah, right. I think I'll do it like whenever's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do the Thursday night thing, but what do you think it'll gross?
It'll probably gross $1 billion, but
Not much over, do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I think it'll gross over $1 billion, but
it'll get a ton on opening weekend. I know that. So hold your horses.
Depending on whether people like it or not.
Right. I'm sure it'll do really, really well the first week or two. It's the long term that I think it won't be very rewatchable.
It's not gonna be an Endgame where
it just keeps going.
But Endgame had movie DLC, which is a kind of weird thing.
Movie DLC.
Yeah.
That got a record setter.
Yeah, and that was the number one.
Because it was very rewatchable in my opinion. But
we watched it twice.
Mm-hmm. We did. Yeah, and I enjoyed it both times.
And
I don't think I'll
enjoyed it
watch
both
episode 9 twice.
Well,
unless it's
maybe,
very good.
Maybe it's really good.
Who knows? We could be totally wrong.
Maybe this is better than 5.
I just feel like it can't redeem 8.
No.
That's where I stand right now.
I don't think it can redeem Solo.
I'm so upset with 8, I don't know how episode 9 could ever be good. But I'm willing to have my mind changed. I thought Infinity War would suck.
Yeah, I was thinking. You and I were both thinking.
This is going to be terrible.
There's no way they can bring this back.
Right.
Like half of everyone is dead. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. And we loved it.
And they did.
We loved it. So
yes.
We can have our minds changed if the script is good. So let us know what you think somewhere. We don't really care. But we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.